Happy Saturday. So just because you can multitask doesn't mean that you necessarily should. We all have a great deal of goals and achievements that we want either for ourselves or for our kids or our partners or whatever it is. And so we tend to push ourselves too much sometimes. Heck's that. We tend to push ourselves too much sometimes, and what I have found from listening to other motivational speakers is that the best thing to do is focus on one or two main goals. You can have a bunch of different little goals. I have read possibly up to 30 different goals, but you're focusing your attention completely on two at a time, especially the big ones. You know, they should work in a linear fashion, because then what'll happen is the skills that you'll pick up from gaining certain goals that are at the top of your list, the most important ones, those skills will feed into the other ones, which will help you circumvent that process of achieving those other peripheral goals. But it's when we focus our attention, try and spread ourselves thin, and try and focus on taking bite-sized pieces out of all the little, all the little goals and the big ones at the same time, that we soak up our willpower reserves. And we only have so many willpower reserves. There's a book that I posted several days ago on my personal page, Willpower. Check that book out. I can't remember the author's name right now because I read and listen to a lot of audiobooks, so I apologize, but look up the book Willpower. It's by a doctor and it's a female. Her name will come back to me maybe before the video's up, but if not, look it up. It's a great book. But let's try to write down up to 30 goals, but then we should be putting them in order of importance. Importance to, your mental well-being, importance to time, importance to maybe, family structure, saving for your kids' college fund. If your kid's in high school and you haven't started saving, then that's a priority. Maybe that needs to go at the top of the list. Saving for retirement should always be on there. And just having money set aside, money for investment purposes, money for, revenue generating tools that you can have on the side of your entrepreneurship or your job. You should always be looking for multiple income streams, hopefully passive income. That's a big one that a lot of people tend to neglect and not pay attention to, because they don't want to have to wire the brain and make those connections to technology in order to enhance themselves in a way that can, generate them a passive income through selling a product or selling a service over the internet. Being a content creator is an awesome opportunity to create a passive income. If you have a skill or a knowledge base in an area that you can enhance above others in that area, or tweak it or change it in a certain way that's different from the way others are speaking about it, or others are magnifying certain details of that particular topic, you can become very wealthy quickly if you are able to expand on those ideas, put it into a transferable or downloadable form for a cost. Just some ideas. You may want to become more chiseled, have a leaner, more chiseled physique. You may want to lower your blood pressure. You may want to reverse your diabetes. I'm just thinking of many different ideas of goals that people have and things that they want to achieve, yet things like work and responsibilities get in the way because we're not structuring our lives. Like I said the other day, infrastructure. We have to have a solid infrastructure, and part of that infrastructure is having these goals written down, as I said before, in linear fashion, where we can look at each one of them, dissect each one of them down to the smallest little, millimeter, details, folks. How you feel when you have this, how you look if you want to look a certain way. What does your bank account look like? These are the things that need to be going through our minds, because as we picture these things and we set these goals up, that's what creates the happy chemical in our mind. I always forget the name of that thing, but whatever. Nature's happy drug. Look up that, but that's what Brian Tracy calls it. But focus on getting the goals written down. You know, as I always say, think in detail about everything that you want in your life and everything that you want to achieve in your life and how you're going to get there. But just focus yourself and just, you know, love yourself and love your family, because that's where it starts. And love the people around you, because, you know, doors will open through others, and those people will be able to help you immensely at achieving these goals and getting, you know, over the bridge quicker by, you know, by helping others. Others will help you overcome those limiting beliefs in your head, those roadblocks and other people that are in your way. And just, you know, they'll pick you up and carry you some of the time. I've had people that pick me up and carry me when I was, you know, down and out and acting like a child and not taking accountability for my actions. Happy Saturday.